The KT Ginxu, we got it. We spent a whole season on it pretty much, winter season being, and we're really excited about it. I've been doing this whole wing foiling thing, super stoked on it, been trying all the boards, loving it, different sizes. Eddy's just kind of getting into it. Relatively new winger, catching on quickly, and just kind of got thrown onto one of these things by TJ. He's a little skeptical, but it seems to work out for you. You like it?
Yeah, I mean, the skepticism was Kai Lenny's board. What in the world does that have to do with me? Probably nothing. TJ enforced I got out there on it. I went from a 95-liter traditional board to an 82-liter Ginxu, and the fear was that winging is a light wind complement to my windsurfing. I thought going smaller would mean I was going to sacrifice my wind minimums and suddenly need real wind. The reality on my Ginxu was I actually am able to get up on that 82-liter sooner than I was on my larger board. I'm pretty sure, Sam, it has to do with this design here and the direct connection I feel from the rigidity of how these foil tracks are set in the board.
Yeah.
The pumping for me on this is amazing, how early I can get this going. So maybe there is a little bit of Kai in me. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think there's a lot of Kai in you. I've seen you out there sailing.
Oh, geez, yeah.
But no, you're absolutely right on the design of the board. Lowering your wind minimums. A lot of it has to do with how quickly this thing releases from the water. This kind of two-tiered release works really well for getting up and going. You can reduce the amount of pump you have to do. You don't have to work the board as hard. It works so well that they're starting to add it into their Dragonfly, their new downwind board coming out. And it has a lot of other added benefits too. Like Eddy mentioned, the construction of these things is unbelievable. They've taken it from their windsurf board constructions, and the windsurfers really know how to beat up a board.
Shut up and sit down.
And the foil boards here are stiff, they're durable, and you can feel that when you're foiling. You get all the feels. There's so much less foam between your foot and the foil, which is the real reason that they started down this path, is they wanted the littlest amount of foam between your foot and your foil. More foam, less direct feel. Less foam, more direct feel is basically the remedy there. And then these other things that Eddy was talking about were sort of an added bonus. They're like, oh my God, like this thing's releasing well. You don't touch down as much when you're pumping. You don't catch a heel side rail in the waves, all that sort of stuff.
Absolutely. I think for me, it feels like a cheat code. I can ride a fairly large board relative to what you and TJ ride, and I feel like I'm still getting that direct riding sensation that you guys preach about on boards that otherwise drown me.
Yeah.
So it's a really quick way for someone who might be an intermediate or beginner to get a sensation of how a smaller board would feel without having to make that big commitment.
Totally. The intermediate and beginner rider gets to have the volume of a bigger board and the agility of a smaller board.
And I just put an asterisk on that. I think with this board, from a stability standpoint, you do give up a little with that step tail, or at least I felt it, and that when sizing, I think going about 5 liters higher than you might otherwise isn't a bad plan to ensure that you still have that stable platform for going from your knees up to your feet.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a super fun board. Have spent pretty much all winter on a 46-liter Ginxu here, and really, really love it. It feels tiny. Feels super fast, super fun.
And yeah, I echo it on an 82-liter board that I'm sure Sam would think is huge, and yet for me it is my Ferrari, and I love it.
Hey, if it works, it works. It's fun. Doesn't matter what size you're riding. KT Ginxu, check it out. If you have any questions, feel free to give us a shout at the shop.